Hi friends of Watching Time and welcome to a new episode together. Today I want to speak with you about this watch and this brand which is today proposing something quite exceptional because we are speaking about a single hand 24-hour watch by a European company. A watch is assembled in France and is at this time alive on Kickstarter for 2 weeks more at the moment I'm recording. I hope I will put the video out as soon as possible, so you still have time to go on Kickstarter and pledge for this. Today we have the Gustave Paul 24-hour. Gustave Cie is a company from Paris, from France, and they have already been present on Kickstarter. I think this is the 5th campaign they have, and they have a watch shop in Paris, and they are selling their own watches that most of the time have some peculiar look, like many single-hand watches or many different design. So check it out. Today they decided to do this Paul 24-hour single-hand dial using the new Miyota 1975, which is a GMT movement that has been adapted to be a 24-hour dial single-hand in this small case size. And quite wearable and quite interesting proposal. So we are speaking about a 39 millimeter diameter, a 45 pretty much lug-to-lug distance, and a 12 millimeter of thickness. The strap is 20 millimeter. We have a normal push-down crown with the logo of Gustave Cie. We are going to see it in a second. And we have a sapphire glass, which is maybe very slightly domed, and a sapphire glass on the back. The watch has a 5 ATM, so the water resistance is 50 meters. Let's take a look to the dial. The dial is really what's peculiar together with the movement. So we have a 24-hour dial, and in Gustave Cie they decided to have the 24, so the minuit, the midnight, down at 6 hours, while at 12 hours you really have the 12, but in this case it's midi, so noon. Then you have the 6 and the 6 p.m. and the 6 a.m. So you will need to read the time in a different way from what you are used to do. Then, as you can see all around, there is this, it's not a chemin de fer, but there are this marker that so go from 0 to 24, but from left to right. And you can see the single marker going forward. As you can see, the measurement of the time obviously will not be super precise because you only have 5 markers. So you have 5 minutes interval that you will not be able to measure the time like in a more precise way. There are then these markers, I don't know if they're a sticker or they are really applied for the 24, 6, 12 and 18. The case is all polished, and that's why you see me having a lot of prints. The ends print is impossible to remove, and is characterized by this very funny, like I would say, like sort of bubbly shape of the side. You see how curved it is, while the lugs are very straightforward and they very slightly go down. It has been decided for this look, but we will see that like on such a small watch, it works fine. The case back is with these 4 screws, and this is the Miyota 1975. That so is a movement that I never saw it so far, but it's the new movement of Miyota for GMT. And we have also on the rotor this little quotation from a poem, a French poem. Let's see if I can show it. Probably, yes, you can see it. We then have a leather strap with a croco printing on it. The watch is offered in 4 different variants, plus 1, I would say. There is this steel version that is blue in my case and white, the other possibility. And then there is a PVD in rose gold PVD, seal blue and white dial. Then, as a stretch goal that has already been reached, there is an aventurine dial, blue, so aventurine is blue, both for the PVD and the normal stainless steel version. The box that the watch will come on is this cardboard box with Gustave Cie and a small remembering that we are in France, and there will be just the space for your watch. Nothing fancy, not incredible, but like at this price, I think is a good offer. Let's speak about prices. At this time, the watch has been offered on Kickstarter for $590 and $690. I don't know if there are still some watches offered at $590. After the campaign is done, the price will be $890 for the regular dial version. And if there still are some aventurine dial, that would be $990. Let's take a look at the watch on my wrist. Here is the watch on my wrist. That is a very small wrist. My wrist is 16 centimeters or like 6 inches. But as you can see, the watch fits perfectly. It is like a small lug to lug. And so you will not have issues using it no matter what's your wrist size. Let's go back and let's go through the final comment. So I asked Gustave Cie to send this watch because I was very curious because of the exceptional offer that they have. Meaning I do not have that many single-hand watches, and especially I don't have a 24-hour single-hand watch. I think that's quite exceptional as an offer, and it managed to do it in quite a nice way because the case is nothing never seen, but at the same time it's not that obvious. It's not a case like everyone else. And the watch, you see the crown is like peculiar, like the watch has its own nice traits that are not common, and so they got my attention. What I do not like too much of the watch is that everything is polished, so it's obviously you will have always to clean your watch for having it to look perfectly. And I also am not a great fan of the steel markers on the dial and even the end. As you can see now, I'm not in the perfect light. I'm sorry, the setting is a bit different from my other reviews, but I am on holiday and I wanted to do this video while the Kickstarter is still on. The dial is not super legible in some light condition. Now the light is not too clear in this moment, but as you can see, to really read it, I have to put it with the light shining on it. Probably the white dial is more clear, or the PVD with the PVD ends, there will be more contrast, and maybe, you know, being like yellowish or rose gold in this case, you will be able to see a bit more. I still think it's an exceptional offer for the price, especially during the Kickstarter campaign. That's a classic of Kickstarter. After the Kickstarter is gone, it becomes more difficult, and for that price point, maybe, you know, moving toward €1,000, you may consider other watches. Sure, they still not single-hand 24 hours because there aren't that many on the market. The watch is assembled in France and it will ship from France. So if you are in Europe, you will not have to pay the duties and taxes that very often happens here in Europe if you buy watches from outside. Thank you for being with us today, and see you soon for our next review. Have a nice day. Bye.